Okay, hi! Today we are doing the 3 starting points on Hack the Box, and I think we'll just jump right into it. Let's go! Let's start with a Nmap scan. Nmap, I need to move this. Okay. Nmap. No. Do I have the VPN connected? Yeah, okay, yeah, of course I do. It says here, connected with OpenVPN. Nmap, and then we just do a SV and SC, which is for version and script. And then we do this IP address. And then we wait. Okay, so port 22 and 80 is open, so SSH and HTTP. And our first question is how many TCP ports are open? That's going to be 2 ports. And then what is the domain of the email address in the contact section of the website? So we are going to put the IP address in, and here we see a website about a band, and then we go to contacts and we see the toppers.htb, and that's going to be the answer. And then what we need to do now is add this to our host list, and then we do, I like to do none. You can echo this into the file, but I don't really know how to, like, on the top of my head. I have no idea. So I'm just gonna do nano instead to etc hosts. And here you see I have already done that. The toppers.htb, and then the answer is etc hosts. And now the next question is which subdomain is discovered during further enumeration. So I'm going to use FUF, FFUF. I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't know how people pronounce it, but whatever. And then I'm gonna do this link. Very long link. This is a subdomain list with quite a few popular subdomains. And this is the one I'm going to use. It's from Daniel, I don't remember, Daniel Miller's, what is it? Daniel Miller. Oh, it's definitely not that. Checklists. Ah, it's Daniel Miesler. Okay. Thank you for clearing that up, Google. So we do this, and then we see it's FFUF, and now it's going through 4,989. Holy shit. The scan gave us nothing, so I'm going to add a switch to it. So we do this FS 11952. So what FS 11952 is going to do is filter out everything that is exactly 11,952 bytes long. So then we'll see if something else comes up. Oh no, I forgot one thing. Ooh. And then I'm also going to do MC all, so it's going to go through everything. Okay, so I don't know why this is taking so long. So this is the right way to do it. I've already done it once before, but we are going to find a subdomain which is S3. So we do S3, the toppers web.htb. And then we also add that to our host file. I'm sure you saw that before when I opened that file. So here I've added that as well with the same IP address. When we now, okay, so this is going to take forever, so I'm just going to use this one. And now, which service is running on the discovered subdomain? And what we do now is we Google, because we don't really get the answer from the terminal. S3 subdomain service running Amazon S3. So the answer is Amazon S3. And now, which command line utility can be used to interact with the service running on the discovered subdomain? AWS-CLI. And that's also something that we Google. S3 command line. And here we see AWS-CLI. So that is what we're going to use now. Which command is used to set up the AWS CLI installation? And that is AWS config. No, it's configure. It's not config. It's, why did I think that? AWS configure. Sorry. And now, this is not how it's going to look the first time, but it's still going to say access key ID and so on. So I've just set it to, did I set it to LOL? I don't remember, but I guess I'll just set it to LOL. Apparently I did. Just set it the same to everything. Doesn't matter what you do. It could be whatever. It could be the name of your pet. It could be dog. It could be anything really. Doesn't matter. So now AWS configure. And then what is the command used by the above utility to list all of the S3 buckets? And that is AWS S3ls. So we do when we do run this command with the toppers.htb, we can see that it could not connect to the endpoint. We have to specify that. So this is how we specify that. So we do AWS S3ls and then -- endpoint -URL and then the name of the website with S3 first. And then we do the same as we did on the last command. What we can do is we go here. If this one is going to... Why isn't it doing what it's supposed to do? That might be because since I did this without... Wait, I want to do nano. Okay, so I know the problem. Yeah, it's not the same IP address because I did it earlier today and then it wasn't the same IP address. And now we can try again. And here we see the index.php, which is this page right here, the home page, that's indexed. And then we see that the next question was something about language. Yeah, this server is configured to run files written in what web scripting language, and that's going to be the PHP. And now we are submitting the root flag, so what we need to do now. Okay, so to find the flag, we need to start by... We have to add a file. I've already done this. Okay, so I'm just going to copy a bash reverse shell payload, so I'm just looking for it. And this is a standard one that you can just find everywhere because it's standard. So we do, now we can use echo. Echo, and then we do with these, oh, there we go. And then here is the bash. It's not star. And then it's, oh, it's the other way. And then we do shell.sh. Oh, no, you have to do something first. We have to make a PHP one before we do the SH one. Or I don't think it matters which way you go, but I like to do the shell PHP first now. So I'm going, this is also like a standard that you can find if you just search for it. So we do this one, which is echo, and then the PHP file to a shell.php file. And I already have it, so I'm not gonna press enter. After that, we do the same, or we do it with this to shell.sh. And we are going to, if you're using a VM, then we have to use our VM IP address. If you're using the POMBOX, it's just ifconfig and you find your IP address. So if I can do it ifconfig. And then you look at the tune 0. And here is the IP address, but it's also up here. So you don't have to do ifconfig if you use a VM. We're gonna need that now. Or we're gonna use that, you need that for the... Oh, I'm so sorry for poorly explained. But... I mean, where did it go? When we are creating the shell sh file, right here. And you see it says like your IP address, but you don't really need to, well, you need to put your own IP address here. And what we're doing after that is we are starting a netcat, let's see, a netcat listener. So it's nc-nvlp and then port 1337, a new tab, and then we do Python, so we can get what we want is to host the bash file, and I like to do this in another tab, and then yeah, okay, so we're going to try this one with the correct IP address. 10, 15, 0. Yeah, and here we see that it worked, and we can find our flag in the var www flag.txt. So if we do ls, I mean, you don't see it, but yeah, we just do cat or www then flag.txt, and here is our flag. That was a very rocky road, was kind of ahead of myself, and then just things didn't go very smoothly, but that's life, and I will see you in the next starting point. Bye!